All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to bring this meeting of the West Dallas, West Milwaukee School Board to order. Board Member Carr, would you lead us in the pledge?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Sarah, would you call the roll, please?
Mr. Keller?
Here.
Ms. Kaiser is excused. Ms. Deal?
Here.
Mr. Lee?
Here.
Ms. Carr?
Here.
Mr. Verbos?
Present.
Ms. Lee?
Here.
Mr. Becker?
Here.
President Burns?
Present. Proper notice of this meeting has been posted in accordance with the open meeting laws of the state of Wisconsin. For our agenda tonight, are there any modifications?
There are no modifications.
All right, and then that will take us right into our Walker Student Showcase. Are you all ready to do this? Yeah? All right.
All right, we're ready. A little bit bigger crowd than we were expecting. So welcome all the Central Winter athletes, is it? To our Walker School Showcase tonight, Central and Hale. All right. Thank you for giving us the opportunity to share a snapshot of the learning happening at Walker. We have some fifth graders here that are very excited to share their work with you. Before they begin though, I want to give a brief overview of our school-wide focus for this year. Our theory of action centers on a simple but powerful belief. When we consistently implement high-quality universal instruction, and when our staff has clarity, shared expectations, and ongoing coaching, our students experience meaningful learning that leads to real growth. This year, our work as a staff has focused on understanding the WAWM Adult Learning Framework. That means designing instruction around clear learning intentions and success criteria, helping students understand what they are learning and why it matters, and using cycles of modeling, feedback, collaboration, and reflection to guide their progress. It's the same kind of disciplined, intentional learning that we want for our students. Tonight's fifth grade Biome Showcase is a great example of that framework in action. These students also exemplify many of the skills and attributes that appear in our newly developed WAWM Portrait of a Graduate. Students from Team Excellence have been engaging in a project that integrates science, research, writing, and collaborative discussion aligned to their grade level priority standards. Just like our teachers, they work through ongoing feedback cycles, creating a model or a written piece, receiving specific feedback tied to success criteria, refining their thinking, and then elevating the quality of their final product. They're learning that perseverance, clarity, and collaboration lead to strong outcomes, and they are incredibly proud of what they've created. I just want to take a second to thank our teachers for their intentional planning and daily commitment to teaching with intent, our families for taking the time to be here tonight, and this board for giving our students the opportunity to share their learning with you. We are excited for you to see how our theory of action and the adult learning framework come to life through our students' voice. It's time for me to turn this presentation over to them. Presenting for you tonight, we have Elliot, Aubrey, Lily, and John. Supporting them is Miss Nancy Lucknick, and here is Team Excellence.
The overall idea of the project was exploring the main biomes of the world. Collaborative structure and presentation. Each of us was a member of a collaborative group decided by a vote. In our group, we had certain responsibilities. We will share our group's product and our job in the group. We are happy to answer any questions you have at the end of this presentation.
Science. I can use a model to explain that energy in animals' food was once energy from the sun and that plants' main food source is from air and water. Speaking and listening. Engage effectively in a range of collaborative discussions, one-on-one, in groups and teacher-led, with diverse partners on topics and texts, building on others' ideas and expressing one's thinking clearly. Writing. recall relevant information from experiences, or gather relevant information from print and digital sources, summarize or paraphrase information in notes and finished work, and provides a list of sources.
Core strength, unlimited potential. I created the slides of two animals that live in the taiga forest, their scientific classification, and some cool facts about them. I created two plants that grow in the taiga forest and how they adapt to their environment. I created the taiga forest food chain. I created a map of where the taiga forests are in the world, and it shows how there are not that many taiga forests on Earth. I put 8 pictures on how it would look like if you were standing in a taiga forest, and it kind of shows that there are only 2 seasons in the taiga forest. How this helped me as a learner. I learned more about collaboration, creation, and how to take feedback better.
Talking about your slide. So after each student presents their slide, I'm pulling up their group's website that they created together. So Elliot worked on these animals. Do you want me to go to your map?
Yeah.
Can you tell us about your map?
I don't know.
Okay, let's go to this one, page 9. What are these pictures?
They're pictures of what it would look like if you're standing in the taiga forest biome.
Thanks, Elliot. Aubrey?
I researched what the climate is in the marine biome. I had to research the natural disasters, the average temperature, precipitation, and the seasons of the marine biome. It took a lot of effort to find credible sources that had the information I was looking for. I used sources like Kittle, Truflix, and Galen Context. Your voice, your power. I asked for a lot of feedback from my teachers and my peers. I was open to the feedback that was given, and I took it in a positive way, which helped me grow as a person. We also learned credible sources, how to work in a collaborative group, how to give feedback in a positive way, and how to accept feedback in a positive way.
Can you tell us more about this one? I know this one meant a lot to you.
I asked for a lot of feedback on this one, and I had to use a lot of different sources because there's not really a lot of information on climate in the marine biome. So, yeah.
My job was to research animals. While I was researching, I had to find the animal's kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus, species, and the adaptations for the animals. I also had to research what the tundra biome looks like. For information, I used Kittle. I had to help my classmates in the group by fixing capitalization, adding punctuation, and fixing incorrect spelling. Own it, achieve it. I took my time because it was a really long project. I also was very persistent, which helped me practice my time management skills. In my group, I made the food web for the animals in the temperate forest. I helped create a map of where the temperate forests are. I listed 2 different animals and plants with their adaptations to their habitat, and I helped organize most of the websites so that it would look good. A lot of my group members had their own ideas of what the website was going to look like, so we all agreed that we should use shades of green. It was really complicated to keep things organized and looking like it was good to publish on the internet. My group members sort of nominated me to help keep things organized and make sure it was ready to publish. I helped with spelling, formatting, and the general organization of things. Own it, achieve it. When I first heard that we were making websites for biomes, my ears perked up and I was really excited to get started. I wanted it to look good, and I wanted everyone else's slides to look good. I also set a goal to research and succeed at the project. I also learned from this project that being a leader is challenging, and working with others that all have different ideas can be frustrating. This is the map that I made of where the temperate forests are. These are the 2 animals that I researched. This is the food web that I made of all of the animals in the temperate forest and plants. Thank you. Any questions?
Thank you very much. Are there questions from the board? Yes, Mr. Lee.
Awesome job. Thank you so much for coming and talk to us about biomes today. I love science, so I'm really excited to hear this project that you guys did. There's one thing that Aubrey talked about, being able to look for credible sources. And so could any of you talk to me about how you determined if a source you were looking at was credible or not? Because we all know on the internet, there could be all sorts of stuff out there, right? So how do you figure out if it's a credible source? Whoever.
Usually when I'm looking for a credible source, usually like .gov or .org, not .com. It's less reliable.
What they did? No? All right, that's where we're going. All right, Mr. Becker.
Thank you. I was going to ask the same question Mr. Lee did. Great stuff. I also wanted to ask about I believe, John, you were speaking about the formatting. What kind of things are you looking for? Like, how do you try to make sure it looks clean and organized? What like, can you show me something on a slide that you did?
Well, I'd have to go, back to my website.
What do you want me to click on then?
Can you go to grizzly bear and coyote? So this slide was made by one of the other group members, and he had so many boxes and it was all over the place. And so I had to help him, get rid of those boxes, and it was really hard to tell which information was from the coyote and which one was for the grizzly bear. And so he put the line down the middle. Still kind of a lot.
I do see a spelling mistake. I like to edit a lot of stuff too, so that's why I was curious about that one, but that's really good. It's a super valuable skill. Thank you.
Other questions from the board? Yeah, go ahead.
So I was curious, were you assigned the biome that you were working on, or did you get to pick? And if you got to pick, what made you choose what you chose?
So we had to pick on a Google form. So And we had to pick our top 3 that we like most wanted to do, that we like most wanted to learn about and do like a website about. And the teachers picked for us, and they tried to like spread people out so that they weren't in like the same group.
We also had background information on all of the biomes that we were doing because we watched a video and took notes on all of them, so we knew at least the gist of it.
Other questions? Yeah, Ms. Carr.
This one might be for the teacher, I'm not sure. I'm interested in more about the collaborative group piece of it. Was there explicit instruction on how to work in a collaborative group? Were there criteria, were there success criteria as well and something like that?
Before we started making the website, we kind of, each person was assigned different jobs. And so like we each had specific things to do to make the website.
Okay, so you like, give me an example of a job. Like, what do you mean? Like someone was in charge of?
Well, like making the map and the,
Oh, okay.
yeah, like the,
Okay.
and then like, because we had to have in the whole website at least like 10 animals and 10 plants. And so in my group, each of us did 2 animals and plants so that it was like divided equally.
We also did from very early on in the year, lots of collaboration work. A lot of what does it look like? What does it sound like? What does it feel like? A lot of team building things when we did icebreakers the first couple weeks. A lot of practice before you actually do something academic, because there's a lot of expectations on how to be part of a group and how to treat other people in the group, right? So this was farther into the school year when we could count on them. And they did great.
Mm.
Thank you.
Any other questions from the board? No? All right, well, cool. I had one question, and it was just with all of these projects that you did, what's the piece that you're going to take forward to use in some of your next projects, next things? Like, what do you think is going to be the best skill or tool that you can take forward?
I think working in collaborative groups will really help us move on in life. I don't know.
Time management.
We all still struggle with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyone else? No? Okay. Well, thank you so much for presenting to us and sharing your biome work with us. We really appreciate it. So I hope you have a lovely time. All right. Okay, then as our students are heading out of there, then we will move on to our superintendent's report. So Dr. Robinson.
So good evening, and I want to thank the students of Walker and as well as their teacher for the presentation tonight. Thank you, parents, for coming out as well. Our legislative updates. Initial SPED prorated reimbursement rate 35%, significantly lower than the 42% budget estimate. So DPI has established a SPED prorated aid rate of 35% for the November 17th, 2025 payment, lower than the estimated 42%, as you know, from the last biennium budget. This interim rate applied to avoid overpayments and will be adjusted in June 2026 to reflect the actual amount for each local education agency once full eligibility is established. State budget sets aid based on approximately approximations, I'm sorry, prior to official date submission. So while actual rates are determined after all financial data from LEAs and other entities is reported, overpayments can occur if claims exceed the fixed state funding. So we have received 35%. We will be receiving 35%. Hopefully that 7% gap will be closed at some point. We do want to recognize our winter sport captains who are here on this evening, and we're going to allow, I believe, we have Mr. Summerfield who's going to present Central, and we have Mr. Leopold who is going to present Hale. Is that correct, Mr. Leopold? How did you get away from Matt Lesser being able to do this? I'm just kind of curious. I just have to ask. I'm sorry. It's just like bothering me. He doesn't know, does he? He doesn't know, does he? Okay. Trevor, you want to start? All right, come on up. I just say what everybody else was thinking.
Do you want the kids to come up or when I call their names or?
Yeah.
All right. When I call you, go ahead and come up. My name is Trevor Leopold. I'm the athletic director at the Nathan Hale High School. I am going to introduce our winter sports captains, starting off with boys basketball. We have TJ Carter, Liam Devine, Ivan Taylor Jr., and Nate Torres. You guys come up over here. And the head coach is Coach Reindl. Next up, we have girls basketball. We have Paige Svek, Cami Hayaja, nope, and Penny Garzinski. And girls basketball is coached by Coach Janke. Boys wrestling, we have Tristan North, Tristan Gregg, and Brody Sardina. For girls wrestling, we have Caitlin Trader and Kaylee Jansen. For cheerleading, they have their little kiddie clinic tonight, so they cannot make it. If you come to the game tomorrow, we have parents' night for boys basketball. We also have our little kiddie clinic going on. But our cheerleading captains are Lily Regath and Andrea Fitzgerald, and they are coached by Coach Regath and Coach Turk. And then for our dance team, we have Sophia Polkowski, Haley McCarran, Izzy Pryal, Bella Schmitz, Kayla Foster, and they are coached by Coach Richie. And I'll also do we have gymnastics. We have Caitlin Eastman and Mary Stith. They are both not able to come tonight as well. So, all right. So now we're going to take a picture.
We'll bring everybody up for a picture.
I was gonna share. All right, ready? We're gonna take a couple photos. 1, 2, 3. Thanks, guys. And 1, 2. All right, thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Leopold. Mr. Summerfield, you want to come on up?
Mr. Lezer actually wanted to introduce my athletes as well. I told him to just stay home. We've got some amazing student athletes here tonight, and we're excited to have them. We have representing our boys basketball team. Yusuf and Kevin weren't able to make it. They were both out for school today due to being illness. But our boys basketball team, we have, come on up, gentlemen. We have representing our seniors, Caden Travis, and our juniors, Caden Allen Davis and Isaiah Fox. part of our sectional finalists back-to-back team, second team in the state currently. For our girls basketball, we have our amazing seniors of Joy Fernandez, Tiffany Hightower, and Chloe Beal. Ladies, come on up. Our girls basketball team continues to grow. We have 2 teams this year. Previous, we've had just 1. We started off with 6 wins last year. We're already 2-3. Just continued growth with our girls basketball team with Coach Dave Malachik for our boys and Coach Dean Malachik for our ladies. For wrestling, we have Deuce Sharp, Anthony Galvez, Laith Shalaby, and Caleb Huber. If you guys can come on up, please. Deuce is a 100 match winner for our 4-year varsity athlete. Anthony Galvez, Laith, and Caleb also do an amazing job. It's a state contending team every year. For cheer, we have our state team, our 2 amazing seniors, Anaya Morgan and Giada Duke. Come on up. Coach Rennert's here representing our amazing state cheer team, which qualified last year. Palms was unable to make it tonight, but that's Coach Emma with Emily Turner, Toby Weimer, and Alishka Ortiz. And then finally with our boys swim and dive, we have Caden Somrud, and Brian De Leon. If you gentlemen can come up as well. And then finally, our new girls wrestling team, which is 9 to 10 athletes, which is a huge growth for our girls wrestling program. We have Jubilee Borges coming up, Jubilee, and Coach Casa here to represent our amazing girls wrestling team. Coach Casa also, come on up, Coach Casa, also a Central grad. So we're really excited. It's a great winter for our athletes, not only a new field house, but also some really exciting things with all our winter sports. So thank you for getting a chance to recognize them. I'm sorry, I know I'm done, but I also want to shout out real quick Michelle Shearer and her amazing leadership these past. If we can give her a round of applause the last weeks here while Miss Rucka's been on maternity leave. Michelle is a Hale grad, but she's been amazing for Central, and she's been a huge asset as we've transitioned through Katie's maternity leave, our athletic director. So thank you, Miss Shearer, for all of your leadership and guidance.
That was all your shout out, Michelle. You missed it. Yeah. All right. So our December celebrations, we have National Special Education Day, Inclusive Schools Week. We have a Happy Kwanzaa, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, as well as Happy Hanukkah. So we try to be as inclusive to all faiths, religions as possible, honoring the liberty and freedom that people have. So as far as the remainder of my report, I just want to send a special shout out and congratulations to our communications and engagement department. The department was honored with 2 Spectrum Awards at this year's Wisconsin School Public Relations Association Conference. That was a mouthful. One award recognized the district's successful referendum campaign, which focused on transparency, clarity, and community partnerships throughout the process. The second award celebrated the impactful story of WAC Wrestling video, highlighting the power of storytelling to showcase student experiences and district pride. So congratulations to Carolyn Hunn and her team on a job well done. So just a couple of visits from the past couple of weeks. City Schools meeting Also held 2 rounds of student advisory committee meetings with our voice students. I was on WISN on the 23rd for a 3-minute interview with them concerning the referendum and follow-ups and projects and next steps. And then we did host on the 24th Family and Friends of EH Tech. And so they had an opportunity to preview the field house before the public did. So we thought that was a good idea to have that, and they were just like overwhelmed and thrilled with the changes that they'd seen and as far as the construction is concerned. I did attend the competition this past weekend, so I don't blame the young ladies from Central not being here. I'm tired too from from that. That's a long weekend. So our girls from Central and Hill did very well, placing in various categories. Also, this past Saturday, thanks to those board members who did participate in the Christmas parade. It was cold. But it was a great time. It was a lot of people, despite the weather. And then on today, I participated in a walk with DPI, the Wisconsin Urban Leadership Institute, did classroom visits at Nathan Hale. And so I want to introduce Mr. Tobias Jesse, who is our voice representative on tonight. Mr. Jesse is a senior at West Allis Central. This is his 2nd year on The Voice. He's a captain of the football team. He has a 4.0 GPA, and he's a member of the WAC leadership team. And his dad's all right too. We'll throw that in there since he's standing up in the back. Mr. Jesse, it's good to see you. Toby, what's going on at Central?
Well, this past weekend, we did have a couple of boys basketball games, Saturday and Friday. We did come out with the W for both of them. We've had a very good season so far. Also, I believe Central was in it too, the Charlie Brown play, or was that just Hale? Was that Central and Hale? That was Central and Hale? Okay. Yep, we had the Charlie Brown play. I know Dr. Robinson gave his opinions on it the last voice meeting. He said it's very good. I personally didn't see it though. Yeah, I believe that is everything that's happened recently.
All right. I also want to again recognize Toby for this. This is year 2 for him being on The Voice, and he definitely brings some insight and experience that we need for that particular group. So I want to thank him for the work that he's doing with us and trying to increase the student voice within our district. So thanks for that report, and that actually concludes the superintendent's report for tonight.
Thank you, Dr. Robinson. And with that, we'll move on to item 8 on our agenda, which is our public comments. At this time, if anyone would like to address the board, you may sign up in the back of the room or in the Zoom link that is in the Zoom chat. Introduce yourself with your name and address. You have 3 minutes to provide comments. The board cannot discuss, debate, or act upon any items addressed during the public comments portion of the school board meeting. Follow-up may be provided by the superintendent at the next regular board meeting. And so looking at our sign-up, we currently have 1 person signed up, so we'll call them up. Mr. Moling?
My name is John Mullen. You all know me, 3850 South Pole. I first started, the first school meeting I went to was in January of 2018. I came because I was angry as a wet hornet. My school taxes went up 18.3%. Today it's like a movie of Groundhog Day. I got my tax bill yesterday, and the school portion for West Allis went up. Listen to this. $1,060.43. That's a 38.14578% increase. That's obscene. The only thing I think that might have gone up 38% in 1 year is a Maserati, a brand new one. I wonder how long you think the public's going to put up with this. Last year I went up 10%. In 2 years I went up 48% for just the school portion of my tax bill. It's got to stop. Noah Lee made a comment that Dan O'Donnell's post online said 86%, 86 cents of the 1,000 was due to the 2 referenda, which I said don't vote for. He blames the other 71 cents on 1,000 because the state estimates were incorrect. There's never any blame on the board for being overpriced. I have a real major problem though that you need to explain this. For the 4 addendum or referendum questions, you went, I went, all 4 of them, you know I was there. You said, we're only getting 10.5, we're only getting 10.5, we're only getting 10.5 per student. Well, if this is correct, what Dan O'Donnell put online, you are receiving $11,007.63. And if you multiply that with last year's pupil attendance, which is probably 300 less now, and I find it interesting, you can't find out that number until November of 2026. You should have unexpected, unanticipated $728,154.72. Where is that money? If you got 11,000, you need to do some explaining here. Did you get 11 or did you just get 10.5? And next week or next time, I want an explanation for that. If it's true, and if it's true, I want an explanation what and why that wouldn't have covered that 71 cents to an extra. You want an additional 9.3% over all 4 other tech areas around here, including New Berlin, who only went up 6%. So you want an additional, after the addendum referendums, you want an additional 9.3%. Come on, guys. You have got to do better because the public isn't going to put up with 48% in 2 years. I got a quote here from Senator John Kennedy, who's the president senator of Louisiana. He said, quote, if you always do what you've always done, you'll always get what you've always got. One more time. If you always do what you've always done, you'll always get what you've always got. Thank you.
All right. And with that, we do not have anyone else signed up currently, so I will wait another moment before closing public comments. Hmm? Did you? Yeah. Can you sign up in the on the back? And there's the little tablet back there. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Come on up then.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good. Awesome. Thank you. This is Kane. We're on week 4 of 10 weeks with Kane in his facility and therapy certification training, and he's doing so well. I brought him home officially, and he is just the sweetest guy ever. He can be kind of lazy, though. He does a lot of napping, but yeah. I just wanted to keep you guys informed and introduce you officially, right? No more pictures. This is the real deal here, and we're working on it. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Come on, buddy.
So as we wrap up with everyone getting to pet the dog here, yeah, our beautiful Labrador. We're going to close up public comments now, and we'll move on to our next components here, which are board reports on part number 9, and that will start with the review of our board calendar. Find me later. Starting with December 8th, 2025, which is today at 6 p.m. We have our regular board meeting, and then we will have another regular board meeting on December 15th, 2025 at 6 p.m. This will include 2024, 2025 referendum updates and workshop number 4. When again, for that is going to be pushed out to January 26th. January 26th for our updates on our workshop number 4. Thank you.
Yeah, we wanted the report to actually be a little bit more concluded because we still have outstanding things that need to happen in the field house. So it was just more of a making sure that we can give a full report versus a partial one.
All right. And so then with that, that is our calendar. And so we'll move on to our committee reports, which tonight for 9.2.1, we have college and career readiness. Mr. Becker.
It wasn't on. Thank you, Mr. Burns. The College and Career Readiness Committee met this evening before the board met. We had one topic. We were looking to add a new English course. Ms. Barrage was talking about the commitment to post-secondary opportunities, not only trades and career readiness, but also college courses. So what we're looking at is adding a pilot in partnership with UW-Milwaukee for 26-27 to have English 101. That would be asking students to do like a full-on college curriculum course. It would be identical to what the students at UW-Milwaukee take. It'd be a full year course, 3 credits. We took the time to look at UW-Milwaukee's fee schedules, and where we would be paying $345 per student, it's $1,651 for 3 credits at UW-Milwaukee in the spring of 2026. So we're looking at savings for the students, and we're getting it at a really good discount too. We spoke a little bit about some of the advantages of concurrent enrollment. This is different from AP courses. So you're going to be getting dual high school and college credits. So it really feels like win-win-win. There are some adjustments and some logistics to get through. Teachers have to have specific degrees. The exact details of that are going to be shared in January when it comes before the board. But it does seem like a really nice opportunity for students in West Dallas.
Just to expound on that, it's a requirement of a master's degree or usually like 18 hours in a course. And so we have identified teachers who are currently teaching 12th grade English who would then now teach this English 101 course. And so the push for me has been to also look at other disciplines. And so trying to do a math, English, science, and social studies for next year, that's the push that I've charged the department to try to find courses. But the challenge is usually you have to have a teacher at your school who meets those requirements. Otherwise, you're going to have to pay the full amount, have the kids pay a full amount outside of the school. Since we're trying to get our own teachers to do it, that's the discounted rate where it comes in. So that's what we're working through right now. So
thank you.
All right. Other questions? Yes, Mr. Lee?
What grade level of students would this class be open to? Has that been established?
We didn't discuss the grade level.
12th grade.
It is 12? Okay. Oh,
12th.
12th grade. Yeah.
Okay.
okay. My mistake. Yeah. Thanks, Mr. Burgos. I missed that one.
It could take the place of 12th grade English, or it could take the place of some of them are taking AP, whatever it is on their senior year. So it could take that place of that course.
But it counts for both. So they'd be getting the college credit as well
And
as the high school credit at the same time.
Yep.
Concurrently, yeah.
It's in true, what I would say in some states would call it early colleges. That's early college model.
Anything else then, Mr. Becker?
Nope. That was the discussion.
Okay, beautiful. Are there any other questions for Mr. Becker or his committee? All right, seeing none, thank you. That will move us to 9.3. So board member reports of community events. Anyone want to join in? Yes.
I want to go
Mr.
first so
All
that
right.
mine are
Yeah,
fresh. So I did the soft open at the field house, which I hung out with a lot of board members at. One was a great win, beating Nicolay, really solid move. Two, amazing facility. The lighting, the floor is gorgeous for one. The court floor looks spectacular. Just in general, the huge crowd, they're going to need to figure out some additional seating, I think, because there was a lot of overflow, but great time. And then I did the Christmas parade with a bunch of you as well. And I concur, it was cold. It was very, very cold. I'm going to trust Mr. Lee, and next year I'm going to wear warmer gloves. And then on Sunday, I went to Between the Lines at Central, which was a middle school show, I believe, primarily. I knew nothing about it going into it, but it was really, really enjoyable. I can't remember the last time I saw one of those shows that I actually was laughing at some of the dialogue. They really did a great job. There are some kids in there that are going to be people that we're going to be seeing over the next few years in other shows that are going to be a big deal. It's really cool to see more people coming up through the program. So yeah, that was my stuff.
Thank you. All right. Yeah. So following Mr. Verbos,
See, mine's not going to be fresh because I did a lot of the same things he did, but I wanted to talk about them anyway. I mean, the parade is always fun, even if it is cold. But I wanted to take another moment to talk about the soft open of the field house with the Bulldog Nicolay game. Before I even started on this board, my son was getting close to going to school at Central. And I had actually been on that point. I forget the name of the committee. There was a committee that was looking at some of the upgrades that our school district needed. And one of the things that was a big topic of conversation was that field house, just because of the bleachers and the flooring. And we've heard a lot of the stories about the flooring over the years and how some people, we couldn't get certain tournaments and certain other teams and activities just because of how unsafe our flooring was. So to go into the field house and to see I think at least 99% finished product at this point, it was amazing. The building in and of itself has always been, it's been so key to our district just because it is one of the, if not the largest field house in the area. But to see it now in a condition that we can be proud of and that we can really market and highlight, and it's just amazing. So I just wanted to shout that out because was really excited to be there, really proud to see what we've accomplished, and really looking forward to that being a mainstay of our district for many years to come.
Thank you. Other board member reports. Anyone else? Sure. Mr. Lee?
I did all those things. I was at the soft open. It was great. Can't wait to see it all completed. Was at the Christmas parade, and I've been to colder ones. I'll just say that. I've been to colder ones. the delay just to the start of it didn't help, but that was beyond most people's controls. And then I also was able to go see Between the Lines, which I had no clue what that show was. So I was pleasantly surprised by it, actually, and by the talent of those involved. That the three mermaid actresses and that song they did was pretty sweet. Like between the vocals and the choreography that they had, I thought it was really good. And the main character was very good. So I thought that it was another great example of the theater program in our district. And I think up next is the Crucible, if I'm correct, which is I think back to high school. So those are the things that I did.
Excellent, excellent. Anyone else no?
Shoot, I forgot one thing.
Right.
I also attended the Christmas tree lighting, which some of these guys said, so I can say that. I went to the Christmas tree lighting and I saw, so Nathan Hale had the concert choir singing. FLW had some people singing, some students singing, and then also Horace Mann, and they all did a great job. And then they all led the crowd in a group sing, all three schools together, which was nice. Again, it was very cold, so people being able to be out there and sing Christmas songs was great. So sorry, forgot about that one.
That's all right. All right. Last call. Anyone else? No? All right. Well, I'll just give one more shout out to the Kinder Market that was going on as well. Yeah. Do you want to? Oh, so then that's my good one that I swung by and saw all those great things that the students were making and everything. And I heard there were several people that attended that went broke after they left. So quite a good time. So all right. From there, if there are no other board reports, we will move on to our consent agenda. Because I have no other updates or information, so we'll go there. And consent agenda item number 10, we have our approval of minutes, our employment summary, and our supplemental contracts as 10.1, 10.2, and 10.3. Does anyone need anything separated out? All right, so then I would entertain a motion.
To approve 10.1, 10.2, and 10.3.
Second.
I pressed the wrong button. Y'all are.
All right, I've got a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion on the motion? Oh, seeing none. All in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? All right, that passes. That will then also take us up to our action item at number 11, which is adoption of our preliminary 2026-2027 budget calendar presented by Mr. Norris.
Good evening, everyone. So this is actually our almost our fourth year coming up where we haven't had the budget calendar as a workshop. It's just an annual action item that the board reviews and takes action on. So I'll kind of give you the highlights, but to kick it off, the school budget process really never ends. So we certified the levy a little over a month ago now, and the process really kicks off here next month with January 12th. We have a workshop on the enrollment projections and open enrollment seats for 26-7. At the end of the month, we would then approve the open enrollment seats, which is required by state statute. And then really the next couple months is really getting into staffing and enrollment projections to start looking at our 26-7 budget to figure out what our expenses are. We're in year 2 of the biennial budget, so revenues are known, which are a good thing for us. Planning is much easier in this cycle, as you've all experienced the last year. Getting into early March, we really kick off. April 13th is our first workshop on the 26-7 and preliminary tax budget, number 1. So the goal of April and then in June, tax levy 2 is for the board to get something balanced or at least close to that with other considerations. So everything else in this cycle would remain the same. The only consideration I think that we're looking at as a finance department is in future years, meaning next year, one item would get added, which would be related to the compensation model. And I'm not sure if that would be a standalone workshop or tied to something, but to give the board analysis on every pending board approval this year, obviously, but if every teacher made their appropriate step, how many teachers would make retention bumps or jump approved education leaps to produce a net increase to the model, et cetera. I think that's something that would fit nicely in the budget calendar because it has this huge impact on the budget for the following year. So with that, I would take questions.
Any questions from the board? No? Okay. Did you? All right. We have no questions at this time for you. So since there are no questions, then I would entertain a motion.
Move to approve 11.1.
Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second. Is there any other discussion on the motion? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? All right, that will pass. Thank you, Mr. Norris. All right, and that'll take us to item 12 and 13. So the board will convene in executive session pursuant to Wisconsin Statute 19.85, Parent 1, Parent D, to review the district's emergency operations plan and the written evaluations of school safety drills as required under 2017 Wisconsin Act 143. At this time, I would entertain a motion.
Move into executive session.
Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor? No, we
Aye.
don't-
Aye.
No.
It's
Oh,
roll
it's a
call on
voice.
that one. We don't have to, even though it's a
No, no,
motion. Okay, then we'll just go into a roll call. Sarah, would you call the roll, please?
Ms. Kaiser is excused. Mr. Lee,
Yes.
Ms. Lee,
Yes.
Ms. Carr,
Yes.
Mr. Burbos,
Yes.
Mr. Becker,
Yes.
Mr. Keller,
Yes.
Ms. Deal,
Yes.
President Burns.
Yes. All right. If there is no objection, we will recess for 5 minutes while the boardroom is set up for the executive session. There being no objection, we will recess for 5 minutes.